With over 100,000 casualties and more Shivans incoming, we have no hope of holding Capella. Our only real chance is to seal off the system and prevent the invasion from spreading to other Terran Vasudan worlds. If we fail to contain the Shivan advance, we will unleash the Second Great War, a conflict we have virtually no chance of surviving. The Lucifer fleet we defeated 32 years ago is nothing compared to the strength of this armada. Command is committed to getting every last Terran out of the system. Over 80 Shivan Juggernauts are now in position around the Capella sun. Science vessels monitoring their activity have detected an anomalous subspace field rippling from the Juggernaut fleet. Though we can barely detect the field with our instruments, its intensity has been increasing slowly over the past 72 hours. We have known since the Great War that the Shivans possess advanced subspace technologies, but this field goes beyond our wildest speculations. The Shivans may be powering up a new kind of weapon, the likes of which we have never before encountered. Preparations are now underway to collapse the Epsilon Pegasi jump node. A Great War-era destroyer, the GTD Bastion, will contain multiple Meson warheads that will detonate inside the node. Scientists believe an explosion of sufficient magnitude will cause this node to collapse, as evidenced by the destruction of the Lucifer 32 years ago. The detonation of the Lucifer's reactors sealed off the Sol jump node in Delta Serpentis and severed all contact with Earth. The Bastion has completed its modifications in the Vega system and is now entering Capella. Skeptics have argued the Shivans made inter-system jumps without using nodes in Ross 128, Ikea, Vega, and other systems at the outbreak of the Great War. However, scientists assure us this plan will work. Those Shivans have used uncharted nodes and nodes too unstable for Terran and Vasudan vessels. They are as dependent on jump nodes as we are. Nevertheless, we must accept this strategy as nothing more than a temporary measure. Once we have evacuated all civilian and military personnel from the Capella system, we will send a second destroyer, also carrying Meson warheads, through the Capella jump node in Vega. If we succeed in sealing off both nodes, the Alliance will have trapped the Shivans in this system. If we fail, we face certain annihilation. This is our Alamo, pilots. We hold them here, or we die trying. The GTD Bastion will enter the Capella system in 1835 hours. We're sending in the 116th to escort the warship into position. Our forward observer units near the Juggernauts are calling for backup, so we'll send in the 83rd. 309th will assist with the containment effort at the Vega node. And as for the 70th Blue Lions, we've got something special for you. Your mission is to create a diversion at the Gamma Draconis node. The operation here will be a feint to lure the Shivan Armada. The Colossus and his group will form a battle line near the node. By focusing our firepower here, we'll draw the brunt of the Shivan offensive. Meanwhile, on the other side of the system, the Bastion will collapse the node to Epsilon Pegasi. Your objectives are simple. Destroy all enemy targets. Be advised, reinforcements will not be readily available. In the recent engagement, the Colossus sustained damage to its fighter bays. You'll have to hold out until they get the flight deck cleared. Good luck, pilot.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Freespace 2, and the news just keeps getting worse and worse. 80 Juggernauts, 80, are now in system. I don't understand what we're supposed to do in this situation, and apparently there's some kind of subspace field coming off them that's radiating towards the star. I mean, Are they powering up some kind of super jump node or something like that? Why would they do that? It doesn't make a huge amount of sense. Oh, there's no trebuchets left, it looks like. Whoops. Oh, well, I guess we go with hornets and tornadoes then. Hope that's enough.
Command, the Shivans have 4 undefended freighters in system. The Juggernauts near the star have not responded to our deployment.
Proceed, Colossus. We are sending in the fleet to attack the freighters.
Jump the fleet in right on top of me. The Sathanas near the star are just getting bigger and bigger. This is just terrible.
You call that fleet, Command? We can use some more help out here.
Stay away from the cruisers, Alpha. Concentrate on fighters and let our warships do their job.
Well, that's your idea of how things are going to go down, Command, but look at that out there. This is just an awful happening. I mean, the Colossus is in the system with us, there she is. But unfortunately, from her damage, her engines are disabled, so she can't really get into the fight at the moment. But she's here. She's providing moral support at the moment. Which I think is all she can provide, because let's face it, Juggernauts, yeah. But fortunately we've got the vast majority of the guys out of Capella, and now it's really our job to make sure the Shivans don't interfere with the Bastion. Although again, case in point, if they wanted to interfere with the Bastion, or though Juggernauts wanted to interfere with the Bastion, surely they could.
A Kane-class cruiser has now entered from Gamma Draconis.
It's like, who needs beam weapons? Just fire flak at them. And oh no's a Kane-class cruiser, whatever will we do?
They've scrambled some fighters from within the system. Jump them fast before they swarm us.
IFF confirmed. Hostiles inbound.
That's like all of 4 Mara-class fighters. That's not a big deal. I think the Canes will just move towards the fleet and eventually just get pulverized. Also with quad Kaisers that I'm firing here, I don't think the enemy will last long, even with my usual criminal aim. Just a reminder, I am using a joystick here. I just prefer the feel of it. I understand that keyboard and mouse can be a little bit more accurate, but you know, like to go old school if we can. And hey, if you're going to go old school like most of my games, you might as well get the authentic feel. Not quite Atari 2600 levels, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's just fighters that are swarming in at the moment. Our job is just to keep them off our battleship so that we can keep them distracted. Okay, getting a bit closer to the K.
Rearm if you need to. This isn't over yet.
No, I don't need to. Haven't been using that many missiles since you cut me off from my trebuchets.
We're tracking a new inbound wing, designation Cancer. Take them out now, Alpha.
Oh no, I've kind of got a Kane-class cruiser to take out here. And, you know, Kanes are pretty weak, so I think that we can take this one out quite nicely. I think people are guys are using Maxim cannons on it. A little bit of overkill maybe, but still perfectly fine.
A second Kane-class cruiser has entered the system. Designation Ball.
Well, just in time to replace the first one that just blew up there. Well, the Shivans are definitely sending a few, you know, more than a few fighters at us. We've got another Kane-class cruiser here right next to the node. Support ship apparently is busy. What's more important than me? Come on. I love how the... Whoa. It's a bit mean. I love how there's just nothing on the escort list for this mission aside from the Colossus. It literally is a case of like, screw you, you can all die, as long as the Bastion gets through, we don't care. At the moment all my ships are currently around, so I'm going to leave them on their engage enemy. I think they'll take down this Kane cruiser in enough time anyway, or at least they'll help me with it. Love how I'm shooting at its beam turret even though I probably can't see it from this side. And yeah, here comes Maxim cannon and everything else, and that Kane's going down. Very quickly.
DSC Hella, a Lilith-class cruiser has entered the system and is headed your way.
Heads up, enemy wing closing in.
Lilith-class cruisers are very, very bad news. I'm going to see if I can take out that weapon, because as you can see, Lilith-class cruisers in this game are armed with large red Shivan beams. So, one of the... they're basically armed with one of the forward guns of a Ravana, which when you consider they have 3/4 of the health of a Ravana. Pretty much means that they're a match for anything up to destroyer level, and they're supposed to be just cruisers. And unfortunately, because I don't have trebuchet missiles, I can't really... because I don't have treb missiles, I can't take out that forward beam turret without taking a shed load of damage. So, and it's wiped out my fighter wing pretty much. So, I'm afraid we've got to leave this to the... I say leave it to the cruisers, but I think the Lilith can take out most of the cruisers. That's the scariest thing. Ah! I'm doing my best to try and do some damage to that beam. Oh, shooting my own ship, obviously making things much better. Yeah, that beam turret on a Lilith is just like... literally just... you know, literally just putting a... you know, they've put a nuclear bomb on a go-kart, really, but... a cruiser should not have a weapon that big. But, unfortunately, it does, and we have to deal with it at least in some way. I mean, you've seen how many missiles I've thrown at it as well, but this thing has 3/4 the HP of a destroyer, so it's... you know, this thing is a major, major, major pain in the arse on pretty much any... you know, pretty much any point. Right, I've finally got rid of that huge beam. But I'm in major trouble. The Colossus has launched Gamma Wing because Beta and Alpha Wing have been destroyed. Gamma Wing are in Perseus fighters, so they're not going to help
Delta
us
Wing,
too
now in
much.
position.
Alpha, Delta Wing's heavy bombers are now at your disposal.
Yes, sir. We'll take them down.
Well, that's a lot better. We now have access to the Colossus's heavy bombers. And the Lilith is just trying to rip me to pieces here. See if I can get a shot on that anti-fighter beam. But you know, it's got you saw how many shots it took just to take down that beam. You know, Liliths are tough as nails. They really are. Which, you know, when you consider they look exactly the same as the Kane, except they have a really, you know, they have a really dark exterior. you wouldn't really think. But, you know, the difference between a Lilith and a Cain is, you know, chalk and cheese completely. Lilith's really used sparingly. I mean, it's a good job that there aren't as many of them as Cains. You don't see them that often. They're quite rare in the campaign, and this is sort of why, because they can pretty much, even though they're a cruiser, they can pretty much beat up anything going. Let's see if we can get rid of that beam turret. I want my bombers to be able to get through, but I mean, I'm on super low health here. If I get hit by that anti-fighter beam again, I'm probably going to die. Alright, let's head for the Colossus. Where's Delta Wing anyway? Well, Gamma Wing are 4 clicks away from me, so the Delta Wing's got to be pretty much the same as well. Having said that, though, they have come from the Colossus, and even though the Colossus is, you know, it looks fairly big there, the Colossus is probably about 10 clicks away at that point. Ow! Single figure hull. Yeah, everything's kind of gone badly wrong since that Lilith showed up.
Yes, sir. We'll take him down.
And Delta Wing's way over there.
Roger that.
I really don't want to order Perseus to attack it, but they might have enough missile firepower to be able to at least damage the Lilith to a point. I'm really taking risks here with this. I mean, I'm at such low health. And anti-fighter beams pierce shields. So, you know, making bad things worse. Oh, great, they're flying coffins. I mean, Boanerges fighters. Ow! I'm pretty sure this thing is held together through spit and Kleenex at this point. But the bombers are launching their bombs. Great move, guys. Just fire enough of them. We don't need... I mean, thing is, the Lilith can take a few hits on this, but hopefully if they spam it enough, if they spam enough of them, at least some will get through. Yeah, here you go. There you go. Launch 2 of them at once. Incoming. Oh my god, it shot them down. Not this time. Got it. That took way too much.
Support ship in transit.
And I'm dead.
Command, we're targeting a Rakshasa-class cruiser inbound from Gamma Draconis.
Well, Rakshasas are a thing, I guess. They're not really that powerful.
Yes, sir.
Let's send in the bomber boys, shall we? I think that Gamma and Delta Wing can handle this.
Yes, sir. Breaking to attack.
I tell you what, I'll head in there as well, but I'll stay outside the fight as much as I can. Main reason being I don't want to hover in there with an anti-fighter beam and go, check me out, and then just die. I don't even know what the Rakshas is firing at there, but nothing seems to be happening to it, or whatever they're firing at. Anyway, let's get moving. See, I've put a lot of energy into my guns and shields at this point, because the Kaisers need the guns, and the shields are just constantly getting smashed. Oh, how lucky is that? The bombs coming in from the bombers managed to get hit by the anti-capital ship beam. Uh-oh. I am suggesting that Rakshasa is screwed. Incoming. Kabang. GG. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Incoming jump.
A Ravana-class destroyer has emerged from subspace. They're putting the pressure on us
A
now.
Ravana?
The arming
What?
sequence aborted.
Oh. Well, yeah, but look at how badly the Colossus is wrecking that thing. That Ravana shock jumped it perfectly. I got all of its forward beam cannons onto it immediately, and the Colossus is just annihilating it. I think it might have disabled some of its weapons as well. It certainly hit some of its weapon systems. And yeah, nice small beams, but you know, it's done like 7% damage to the Colossus, and the Colossus is just wrecking it. This is a massacre.
The Ravana is going down, but we've sustained critical damage. Request status update, Command.
What?
Command! A Shivan Juggernaut has jumped within range. What's the status of the Bastion?
The situation at the Epsilon Pegasi node remains unresolved.
Oh my god. When I mentioned to the Shivans that you could do that, I didn't mean that you should jump in. Colossus, run. Like, seriously, run. You can't win this fight. The Colossus is getting destroyed. Come on.
Command! The Shivan Juggernaut is ripping our hull to pieces! We can't hold him back much longer!
Run!
Colossus, we're pulling you out. Engage your subspace drive.
Colossus here!
Oh my god.
Follow your orders, Colossus. Jump out of there now.
Negative, Command! We'll hold him off here! Just get the Bastion through!
That's the Colossus. I think we've
Abort
lost.
mission. All units return to base. Alpha, you will be scrambled immediately to assist the Bastion.
Assist it how? Did you see what just happened? The last hope for the GTVA has just been annihilated in seconds. Utterly needless sacrifice as well. We're screwed.
The Colossus has been destroyed. Over 30,000 officers and crew, our colleagues, compatriots, and friends perished in this battle. The most powerful Terran Vasudan warship ever constructed, 20 years in the making, was vaporized in a matter of minutes. Command acknowledges there was nothing you could have done to save the Colossus. Many of your squad mates were killed. You are lucky to have survived the engagement. However, we have no time to mourn the dead. We have a job to do. If we fail, millions more will suffer and die. The 70th Blue Lions are being scrambled to assist the Bastion. Report to the ready room on the double.
Well, what was a terrible situation just became an utterly hopeless one. The Colossus is gone. The Shivans have proven they can shock jump, and they're still around the star. See you next time, guys.